Hello and welcome to The Hard Sell, the programme where the stick rattles back. Well, advent calendars are at work, geese are fattening and such. Christ's birthday is on its way. And here's a special edition of
Have a Break,
where we got some adverts from the Christmas season of 25 years ago. That's 1992. Of course, in my region, just like in London and its surrounding areas, this was a strangely eerie Christmas on ITV because our local stations were closing down. TVAM was as well, of course, nationwide, but they seemed to be deliberately trying to prevent anyone from missing them. This break is from TSW's last week and a half, 21st of December 1992, and a late night showing of James Cameron's Aliens. I know, how festive. And it was the new Happy censored for TV version, which thank Christ we in this country have outgrown now, because watching one of those actually makes me quite angry.
You are gonna be a bad mother crusher.
Once I even called him
Airhead. Your company built the freaky thing. Now I gotta deal with it? I don't have time for this baloney.
God hates you.
So, Mrs. Forbes, your husband's a bit of a ladies' man.
Our first advert stars the great Ian Cuthbertson in a wig and glasses, playing a Scotsman for a change.
Your husband's a bit of a ladies' man.
No.
Right, so this woman is filing for divorce.
Fond of a drink or two.
He's teetotal.
Shame. Any gambling debts?
He never takes risks.
Hardly a rogue, is he?
He actually seems to be pretty awesome. What the hell?
So, what are the grounds for this divorce, then?
Well, I sent him out for some after-dinner mints, and he bought...
Oh, he bought After Eights instead of Bendix of Mayfair. Why bother getting the divorce? It would probably be cheaper just to move into an After Eight advert, where the morals of after-dinner mints would be inverted.
Well, let's just say they weren't Bendix.
Ah, mental cruelty.
Oh, unstuff. Is there no one you can trust these days?
Bendix of Mayfair, Britain's finest mints.
You don't think so? On the 9 o'clock news, some Americans think all British humour revolves around dead hedgehogs, when really it revolves around the fact that the entire nation's humour revolving around dead hedgehogs would be ridiculous and make no sense. Anyway, what's the deal with this one?
Obviously not as fast as Sonic Death Hedgehog!
Oh, it's Sega. Sega! No, actually I was right the first time. We never had the Sega scream in this country, or its grunge-era aesthetic trappings. Instead, Sega UK's mascot was originally a young, chiselled Peter Wingfield, 16 years before Holby City, and pouncing about with some kind of futuristic revolving stand for his Sega Mega Drive. A much better name, incidentally, than Genesis. But by now he was 30 years old, and kids already had trouble relating to a handsome, clean-cut adult man as a spokesman for their video games. As fate would have it, however, a supporting character in a later advert would eventually break through to take Wingfield's place for the rest of the Mega Drive's shelf life, in the large shape of Stephen O'Donnell, best known as Spudgun in Bottom.
Why do they call you Spudgun? Well, give me a potato and I'll show you why.
He's actually slightly older than Wingfield, but unlike the square-jawed, conventionally handsome Welshman, doesn't look like a normal adult and is under no obligation to act like one. His barber character soon mutated into some kind of mad scientist running around a technological labyrinth screaming, while typical early 90s rapid cuts and Dutch angles made the entire shebang all but incomprehensible. Thus,
Obviously not as fast as Sonic the Hedgehog!
what the hell was all that? By the time the Mega CD, as it was supposed to be called, came out, Spudgun had turned into an insane signal-jacking TV pirate, spitting out gags too fast, too mannered and too loud to actually register, alongside a CGI skull with the voice of Erinaceids.
Unpleasant odours.
You have just been invaded by Sega TV!
Tonight, we bring you
Wildlife! Romance!
This is Megan, star of a new Sega game. Megan! What's it like to be a Mega CD star?
Real tough. You try dying 2,000 times a day.
Hey you! Yeah you! Benny from Romford! You don't zap her on my show!
The weather.
Weather is.
Whether you could do this move. Commercial break.
Sega Mega Drive. Got one? Now you can get Mega CD. One click, take a trip. Whoa! It comes with 7 games and even plays your music 3D.
Okay, Megan, let's get interactive. Now that's what I call Mega CD.
That's the 90s for you. Oh well. This one's clearly placed here to persuade parents to buy their latest title for their offspring for Christmas. And those same offspring, because there's going to be a bunch of them watching this, even though they shouldn't be, to buy it in the Boxing Day sales. It also displays a rudimentary social conscience, completely out of nowhere, and presumably to offset the dead hedgehog imagery.
Well, he won't be making a comeback.
I guess he just ate Sonic too.
Hey, same to you, you blue fucker. You better way enjoy it while it lasts, that's all I'm going to say.
I guess he just ate Sonic too.
Anyone able to decipher that?
Sega!
Spoiler warning, this is actually for bitter.
Soft, smooth, luxurious, sensation of pure cream.
Long before they were advertising with disturbing animated lads mag bestiality, Boddingtons were confusing people into alcohol consumption by pretending to be advertising something else until someone shows up to say something in a Mancunian accent.
Heck, you smell gorgeous tonight, pal.
This was the first in that venerable series and stars Debbie Carr, who got the job because of her combination of sophisticated New York looks and broad Manchester voice. Although why the second point mattered is beyond me, because she doesn't say out. Maybe there's another one where she actually has lines, who knows, I've never seen it.
Pamper yourself with Boddingtons. Cream of Manchester.
Now, there will be at least 12 oranges, won't there? Because people will count them. Was that 12? I've been doing so many. It happened rather quickly, didn't it?
Yes, it's 12 oranges, and yes, it's Steve Coogan. This is what he was doing to pay the rent before his acting and comedy career breakthrough just over a year later with the Day-to-Day. Back then, he was just another part-time impressionist on the Adverts circuit, just like John Glover, Chris Barry, and the aforementioned Erinaceids. Even after the Day-to-Day, you could still hear his voice on various commercials, until he finally got famous enough that his voice could no longer be considered.
Now, there will be at least 12 oranges, won't there? Because people will count them. Was that 12? I've been doing so many. It happened rather quickly, didn't it?
Whopper, please.
You got it.
It's Burger King, at their You Got It Imperial phase. Look, it's Ben Chaplin bemoaning the existence of pickles.
Pickle.
Oh, you don't like pickle? Well, leave it out.
You can't do that.
It's your Whopper. Have it your way.
Just don't hold up the goddamn line.
Now at Burger King, you can have any flame-grilled burger the way you want it, so you get your burger your way.
Yeah, hi, double cheeseburger, hot the mustard. BK chicken flamer, extra tomato. Whopper. Extra lettuce.
Transforming into multiple personae out of sheer confusion counts as holding up the line.
Extra lettuce, no meat.
At least a BK worker ant enjoys the spectacle. I suppose it brightens up the tedium of her existence. Incidentally, she's played by latter-day daytime powder puff presenter Lucy Alexander.
Burger King's new way with burgers, your way. No ifs, no buts, in no time.
No pickle.
You want it your way. At BK, you got it.
Uniroyal. Someone figured out that orangutans live in and around and under tyres, at least they do in zoos, and that orangutans are smart and appealing creatures. Put the two together and you get a memorably different advertising campaign for tyres, one that very rarely shows any vehicles at all. As a bonus, you can stir in the additional USP of Uniroyal, that it's a wet weather tyre. Uniroyal is just a brand name owned by Michelin these days, but they still break out these adverts on occasion, mainly because they have no other identity.
In the wet, you can't choose a better tyre than a Uniroyal.
Kelly LeBrock reveals the essence of man.
Oh, thank God for that. We were on the point of forgetting it's Christmas.
When he holds you close, it's in the way he smells.
Yes, for the man who's slightly too young for Old Spice, it's Brute, which smells faintly like a farmyard soaked in alcohol, which is apparently the essence of man. The insultingly gorgeous Kelly LeBrock says so, anyway.
Brute, the essence of man.
Of course, despite the clean-cut, smooth-chested male model she's been paired with here, at this point in her life, she was married to Steven Seagal. Hard not to picture him in the model's place now, isn't it? And not even 1992 Steven Seagal. You're picturing modern-day Steven Seagal, aren't you? Ugh. Let's move on very quickly.
Brute, the essence of man.
Personally, I just use random links on my underarms. And not once has Kelly Brook fallen out of the sky in front of me. I feel like I may have made that joke before, but goddammit, it still hasn't happened.
The essence of man.
Birdsall and his high-maintenance girlfriend. This is the last knockings of shoulder-padded, penthouse-dwelling, yuppie-era aspirationalism. In a recession-hit Britain, this sort of thing was really taking the piss.
You want ice?
You got ice.
And in about 10 minutes, you got a massive puddle on the floor. Around this time, there was also a seasonal variation in which Birdsall demonstrates some quite breathtakingly irresponsible behaviour.
You want snow?
It's going to go into drains, into the water system, blown into people's eyes. You fuckhead.
You got snow?
Don't touch it, your skin will burn. Well, that was quite the variety pack. The combination of blockbuster horror movie and Christmas proximity has given us chocolate mints and Baileys for Mum, Sonic 2 and Burger King for the kids, Mancunian bitter and brute for Dad, orange juice for Grandad, and tyres for your distant cousin who eats rubber. A combination that probably couldn't have come at any other time of year, without, you may have noticed, any of them actually explicitly using any Christmas imagery, or even mentioning the season aloud. But then of course not. By the 21st of December we won't need reminding. The season is implied by the product. The C word itself goes without saying. Frankly, by the 21st you just want to get things over and done with. Well, I hope you enjoyed the show, and I'll see you for the Christmas special on the 22nd. Ah, hell.
Close your mouth, accept the sin. You might get something happening. This season has a secret joy that some are missing. We could all find it if we just once listen. Put your big bank book back in the drawer. Bring your mind, your body back from the store. Get to know the people in your house. Put your big bank book back in the drawer. Bring your mind, your body back from the store. Get to know the people in your house. 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 You might like them.